Well, hello there again. Uh, as you've seen, if you watched my channel, I've done some more races, and in particular, I've done some races online, the drift trials and time trials, and as it happens, apparently they pay very well. So I'm back at 4 million credits. Uh, so on that note, I decided before I go back to campaign, I got a bit bored of all the trials. I decided I'm just gonna stack up on some more cars. So here it is, and I'm not even sure, if we're gonna, how soon we're gonna run out of cars that are cheap and exciting, because I mean we've bought quite a few of them. Wow, this is an expensive one. So we'll just go straight and let's get these cars. Not even because they're necessarily cool, but we get them when we're done with Chrysler. We have all the Chrysler cars. I don't know, I think white is the best one here. Maybe not. I like in the cars when the pillars are of a different color. And that might be just me. Oh yeah, so let's get it on that basis. Watch the annoying cutscene, annoying for me at least. I noticed that graphics of GT6 now, like when did GT6 come out? I think it came out 2 years ago. It looked alright when it came out. It didn't actually look, no, it came out 3 years ago. It didn't look good when it came out, I gotta admit that much. Because it pretty much looked the same as GT5, and GT5 is an old game. So, but I understand that they're limited probably by the PlayStation. Yeah, GT5 came out at 2010. I understand that they're probably limited by PlayStation capabilities, and probably whatever is gonna come out for PlayStation 4 is gonna be on the next level. But the point I was trying to make before I went on this amazing tangent is that it did date. Like when I look at it now, it did date, and I mean I understand that there is like Assetto Corsa came out since then. Assetto Corsa is obviously yeah, Assetto Corsa came out a year after GT6, and obviously it's a PC game, so it already looks better. And they had this graphics update for iRacing, so there's a lot of change. Yeah, let's get these cars just because, again, we get them, we're gonna be done with Pontiac. This is one ugly car, I gotta admit. So let's get it as a not color. I like odd colors. Odd color can save horrible looking car from looking quite as horrible. At least it makes a statement, It's like a movie. Some movies so bad they're good. I think same can be said about certain cars. Can't even select color. Oh, it's a concept, I understand. I don't know what Pontiac were thinking in the 90s, early what do you call them? Early 2000s. Some horrible looking cars they produced. which is the same, especially since Pontiac GTO is such a cult classic car. Well, I guess cult diminishes the classicness of it. Cult usually means it has a small following, but I think GTO, as well, GTO is just objectively amazing, and I think everyone would say as much. Let's get the science for the same reason. Let's get silver one. Silver one works well on square cars. I feel like maybe just me, because you remember what was they called? Were they called G-Class? The old Mercs. Yeah, they were obviously silver and they were square. So maybe just by association with that I feel that silver works on square cars, but I feel that it's more than that. That it does underline the shape. So if you want something cube, get it in silver. I mean, this is a bit of a money waste, because we have this one from other manufacturers. We have, I think, maybe we will have BRZ and what the Toyota version. What's the Toyota version called? Don't remember. I know that Toyota sells in the States as Scion. Toyota 86, that's what it's called. Tesla. We got all Teslas. Well, they should have this Tesla, what is it called? Ultra high speed or whatever it's called. Let's get a colorway. I mean, I think the car is also, it's a bit out of our budget, but I think it's also cool. It looks good in red as well. Yellow. Much prefer yellow. I don't like red color, honestly. It's too aggressive, I feel. Unless it's a dress. Red dresses is the only exception. Everything else I don't like red. Alright, so we got all the Fiskars, right? A bit expensive, not particularly cars I wanna get. Expensive. Shelby. Alright, let's move. Let's keep it for now. DMC is also expensive. Ford. I think there were other Fords I wanted to get, but weren't there. I think this one's alright. This one obviously is a cool car. Modern version with, I think, light blue is what I want, yeah. Good looking car. I'm glad that Mustangs are back to being actually cool. They've been living on their old name for way too long, you know. so that was it, right? Alright. Hudson, got it. Right, let's get Ram again. Same reason, it's the only car they offer. But one thing I like even less than red color is the dark colors. Not in real life. In real life they look decent. I mean, there is quality to all the colors in real life that just isn't there online. I mean, not online, in the game. Obviously, especially in a game that's which engine is. This is probably based, as I said, on an engine that's like I don't know, 8 years old or more. Pretty cool cars here, but I don't know. Yeah, let's get this one. Solar, yeah, yes. Don't really need to look at the other colors to know that that's what I want. This is obviously pretty sure. No, I think red is actually better here, or maybe silver. Silver looks sick, and if it was real life I would get a silver version, just because it's internet and dark colors, as I said, not display quite as well. I'm going for the red version. And I feel like this is a better version of red. Not particularly bright, but anyway. Never mind my Rambin tricoat. Again, maybe blue. Maybe blue. Yeah, I think blue. Really, when I when I was doing similar videos for Forza Motorsport, it seemed a lot more smooth. Because I upload this video on YouTube, so it felt reasonable lengthwise. So I'm gonna get this one, but because of all the super duper slow we're gonna go silver just to be different, because of all the super duper slow loading times here. It just feels like it wouldn't be entertaining to watch, but it's somewhat entertaining for me, although I had to find the wait time between irritating. So yeah, so it's all pretty much just different versions of the same car. I'm satisfied with the version I got. Buick. Let's get this Buick. This Buick is sorta cool. It's what Alfonso, don't remember his last name, had in Training Day. Denzel Washington character. The other one is way too expensive though. Sure of that. Some pretty cool cars here that I missed before. This one isn't so cool, but it's interesting at least. All of a sudden I feel like, after I talked about how I don't like red, I feel the urge to buy everything on red. It's funny. Looks pretty good in yellow though. And especially like the cars might look better in red, like for example when you look at them from outside, but when when I'm driving them, I oftentimes use camera on the roof, so all I see is the hood. And when you see the hood, just a blob of red, just I don't know, maybe I'm like a bull and it irritates me. This is a cool looking car. I think this is more like an orange. Ooh, golden one. Crap, that looks great as well. Well, I don't know what to choose, honestly. I think orange one. It just looks more streamlined. Again, from outside. I don't know. Whatever. Don't judge me. Not so cool. I mean, this is sort of like the same car. Let's get GT6, I guess. Le Mans Blue. Actually, judge it by the colors that they offer. Let's see what that 28 offers. That's Le Mans Blue. Like some of the... No, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna get. Hugger orange. I don't know who's hugging what. Camina. It's a dope car. Mountain green. I'm pretty sure that's the one I want. Yeah. Yeah. Mountain green. Or dull blue. Crap. I think dull blue is what I want. Even the mountain green looks awesome. Sounds a bit more modern version of this car. Not sure if I want to have both of them. This one, I have this one, so yeah. It's all fine. Let's get this one. A Chevelle. Green Mist Metallic. It's sort of dark, I think. Oh, this one I much prefer the one with the black roof. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna get. Unless we do this. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously the new Camaro. It's a dope car. Oh, what's with those colors? Never mind, sorry, it's Bumblebee color. It's good enough for me. Stripes and no stripes. I think no stripes. I don't know. Call me crazy. So Kimi Räikkönen signed with Ferrari for another year. It's pretty cool. Cool. I'll just get this one. Dope looking car for sure. In real life and in the game. Alright. There are too many cars I feel is the same model. That was sort of the weakness of the game always, but I guess, you know, with people with OCD, they gotta be happy about it. This car should have stripes. But yeah, Sublime is fine. Gonna get all the cars here again for the same reason, you know, why leave some of them hanging. Ooh, this car looks great with all the small antennas. Well, it's not antennas, it's for attaching the hood, I believe. What is it called? Tethered of some kind. This is a great looking car. Not sure which color I wanted in. I think I wanted in butterscotch. Wasn't it in butterscotch in some movie? Maybe the one with the guy that just goes through the desert? What car? What movie was it? So the name. The main character was named Kowalski, I believe. Vanishing Point. And what car did you use? Challenger. Okay. I mean, I understand the decision, but I mean, I feel sort of odd about them making Charger a saloon. I understand it's sort of like muscle saloon, but still feels like a bit of a betrayal of an old character. I've been in a Charger; it's not really. It's too heavy, really, to be a proper muscle car. Not powerful enough in that sense. I guess let's get all the cars. We bought the most expensive one already. Ooh, the black one looks great. The green one looks great as well, though. I don't know. I mean, I like colors, I like colorful things, but I think we have so many colorful cars as this. I think this kind of, you know, stealth look would be dope in that situation. Like I won't get to appreciate it on board, but on board I usually just look ahead anyway. Oh, yes. Yes. Don't look any further. This kind of acid green is fantastic looking car. And Superbird. Vitamin C. Well, with the shaded yellow color with vitamin C. Pink. Yeah, I'll get pink. I don't have enough pink cars. Okay, just for variety. You don't see manufacturers offering pink colors these days, do you? Although I think pink cars can be pleasant to look at, but I don't think anyone would want to have a pink car. Just too niche. Used. I don't know. The Hudson. I remember doing some. I guess it was GT5. I remember doing a lot in cappuccinos. Coppens, I guess. No, not really cool enough. I would consider getting those cars even though they're expensive. It's really cool, it was. I'm so tempted to just get something. Alright, let's get this one just because it's alone. They should really change the way it's displayed. Like, I don't know. Let's get black again, just for variety. Like once you bought all the cars from manufacturers, they should just make some kind of marking in it, like they do for the manufacturers that have new cars in them. They should do the same for when they don't have any cars that you don't own. Like a check mark or whatever, a simple check mark would do fine. I think you can see that a bit of boredom is creeping up into me, and I'm just feel like I want something more special than this, something cooler. Gran Turismo. Got all the cars here. It's cost a nice million. Hondas, I think we have some cool Hondas. To my heart's desire. No? That's what we did. There are a lot of Hondas here. This is a cool Honda, I remember it from 55 days. Definitely a good car, fun car. As you'd expect from old Civics. Alright, we have an NSX. This is sort of cool car, but expensive though. Let's go to the end and then go from backwards. But this is all pretty expensive. I don't know. Mazdas. I think Mazdas is what we had to my liking as well. Wow, there are so many of these 110s or whatever, L10s. This is a cool looking car, although, you know, I hesitate buying cars that are this low level because I'm already sort of like, I feel I'm not gonna get opportunity to use them much, which is a shame. Maybe I should have started upgrading cars. I mean, I've been doing stock cars so far, but it would be cool to ride this one, to upgrade it as hard as you can and then barrel around some trucks against race cars. Although this game is, you know, fairly realistic in terms of aerodynamics, like if you put very powerful parts in a car that is not suited for them, you will have a lot of trouble. Which one of these we should be getting? Let's get this one. I think they're like identical cars even. I think the only difference is one is for American market and one is for not American market. I would have preferred to get it in a different color than white, but I guess white is gonna have to do. Hard, like it feels to me that I should own all those cars, but I guess it's because I do own them in GT5. A lot of similar cars. So many Supras and stuff. Alright, again, let's get this one. I think this one is color block and present as well, which is sort of cool. You only spent 2 million, only half so far. Yeah, let's get this one as well. Calm this shop down. I think yellow here or green possibly. No. Yellow? I will get green again, just it looks alright. I think yellow looks better, but I think, you know, just for variety, not having everything in yellow all the time, which I think is one of my most used colors. I think this makes difference. This is where we got cappuccino. Toyota. Cool looking little car. So let's get silver. I like the way this color looks in silver, and again, I also feel too many red colors as is. It obviously will look like a silver blob when I'm driving it, which is, I think, not particularly to my taste, but it looks alright, at least outside, and I think it's a rare opportunity to get a car that looks good in silver in GT6. That's a bit of too dark colors for me. So like I used to be such a cool car, but then they sort of made it all round and too fat and too boring. 94 Sedeca is like my favorite car ever. So it's a great looking machine, I feel like. Even though it has those circular bug eyes, but you know, they're to my taste. And that's what matters. This is boring color selection. I think it looks good in white, but I think it also looks good in red. Does it look good in silver? I think it also does look good in silver. Wow. I don't know what to choose. I think silver. I think Toyota's color is white. That's how I feel. I mean, they raced in Formula 1 looking white. Those eyes look crazy. Shouldn't they disappear from the down portion when they rise, or is it like they're different? I don't know. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, this one. Well, no, not this one. This one is 98. And well, it looks the same, but you know, I always 94 one is the one that I really dig, and I always wanted it in silver, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. It just doesn't look the same. I actually didn't want it in silver, but I think I love these colors. It's best in silver. Well, again, this is the kind of car that's, you know, completely affordable in theory. It probably costs, used one will probably cost maybe $4,000. But then again, it's New York, and in New York, if you own a car, you need to pay arm and a leg for insurance. So it's an issue. Alright. Alright. And we're done here, or what was happening? I don't know where we're going from down to up. Let's get the street version of this race car. Not sure what to get, honestly. Silver. Well, silver spree. It looks alright in silver, but not too bad, I feel. It's 40 minutes already on buying cars, so I'm gonna be on an hour. It's gonna be more than an hour by the time we're done here. Pretty ridiculous. Alright, let's get Haldens. Pretty cool. I like. There is something special about Australian cars. I mean, when Americans sort of, for a while there, Americans. I feel like even to a certain extent, Americans right now don't make muscle cars, and Australians were the only ones who were making muscle cars. I feel like there is something a bit. The present. The present muscle cars so-called muscle cars in the United States, like Challenger or a Camaro or Mustang. They beat to advanced. I mean, they're not muscle cars. They're just sports cars. I think they're on the level where they might not be as good as European sports cars, but pretty close. And I feel that sort of also drives their price up, but Australians are still producing just badass, affordable, simple muscle cars. It's a shame that I think in a couple of years, maybe even already, it's been done. I mean, the Australian car manufacturers are owned by American companies, so I feel, as far as I understand, they're gonna close down the factories soonish, which is a shame. They actually exported some of the versions, I believe, to the United States, like Chevrolet SS. Which was an affordable and very powerful car. Should we get the non-race version? No, forget it. Monster Sport. Oh, let's get this. Can close this one down now. And it's not too much over our limit. I feel like we ought to, soon enough, we just have enough cars, and if we are on a car buying binges, we just gotta go straight from... Oh, I got into the car accidentally. I feel that we ought to go like to first manufacturer, buy all the cars and so on. I mean, there are cars that are legitimately cool considering their real life history, but I feel that I'm not really feeling too compelled to just buy them because of their history. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but I can't satisfied with any of the sports cars. I mean, it's for me it's low-end cars that get boring. I'm not sure which I should get. For me, it's a low-end cars that sort of get boring. If I have one sports car, for me, it even doesn't sound like a vacuum. A lot of complaints about the game is how this game sounds like a vacuum, but this one doesn't. Sports cars actually sound good, so maybe that's part of the appeal. Now we need to get the Enron, I suppose. Dun 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 dun. Alright, Tom's. Let's get it. Oh, that's a boring collection of colors. Alright, on to our European brethren. A Porsche. So expensive. So Martin's a bit expensive. Beamers. We've been through Beamers. Let's go. Let's start backwards because I feel that we probably would have stopped backwards. Not sure. Oh no. Let's get this one. This one's a badass looking car in Alpine color. I think this car used to like do rallies back in those years, whatever it was. I think it used to be a rally car. Let's get all the cars here. Green. It's like beige and green. Megane should be yellow, that's for sure. That's Renault cars. This is a much more fun selection of colors. Oh yeah, I like the dark green. But I also like the orange. No, let's get dark green. There aren't that many greens that I am agreeable with. Well, the bright greens, but there aren't that many of them either. Sort of wish there would be like some kind of cool stream today. There is a Russian streamer I enjoy watching. Miker, but they're opening an office. He owns a Russian website, and they're opening an office. So he's a busy man, but I mean, I want my entertainment. I want pretty sure it's a car I was thinking about. You know, I was talking in one of the I don't know when, one of the GT6 streams I was talking about an old car that's like sort of, it wasn't really cool, like looking, it was like a tiny minivan sort of, but it like just, it had so many features that even me as a kid, I was like, whoa, this is cool. But I don't remember what they were called now. I think it was a Renault, some kind of Renault car. Countach. Let's get a Countach. I know it's a bit on the expensive side, but what the hell? Where is my blue Countach? Oh, fine, let's get red Countach. I want a light blue Countach. Alright. Citroen. Surprisingly small amount of Citroens that they have here. Alright. I know that the tiny Citroen is cool, but let's get all the Alpines. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm just bored at this point. Yeah. And same car in a more expensive version. "50 minutes of buying cars." I gotta come up to an hour soon. Not even sure, they're like virtually identical. Alpha, we've done Alpha, we've done Caterham, I believe, right? Fiat. Let's get all the Fiats. Yep, the blue one is cute, I know. Fiat for me really never meant all that much, to be perfectly honest. Oh, this is a cool color. I don't know, for some reason in my childhood most of the Fiat sort of went unnoticed for me. I grew up in Soviet Union territories. We had our own ladders, vases. They were based on old Fiat, even though this version of Fiat isn't really here. But I mean, I remember Fiat existing, don't get me wrong, they weren't completely, I wasn't completely oblivious to their existence, but not sure. I feel like this is very old-timey looking getup. Yeah, but yeah, for some reason Fiats weren't all that popular in Soviet. This is the Fiat I remember the most. Maybe just remembering it now because I see it. I think James May owned that car. Sure. Let's get another beige. I don't think I remember this one in particular. I think the one I remember had a bit of a more slanted end than this one. There is certain kind of appeal about these square cars like this. To be honest, it does feel like, they inviting you, jump into me. Yeah, well, this is Fiat. I'm lying then. Never mind all the nonsense I said. In the previous translation I was talking about how these cars are very memorable and remind to me, but for some reason when I was talking about just now I was thinking that they actually alphas. Well, because they look so good that explains it, but yeah, I feel like an idiot now. But yeah, the roomy cars, I don't know, maybe it's all the advertisements, because like all the advertisements of cars would always show some kind of couple doing surfboarding or skiing or something like that. So maybe that's my association with it, but whenever I see the boxy, small, roomy car, it just always, for me, it's like just jump into it and go, have fun. Nowadays, car advertisements I feel a bit more different. That's the way they advertise cigarettes nowadays. Go have a cigarette and have fun. But I feel that they, when it comes to cars, they're like sort of, there doesn't seem to be any room for advertising of car being as fun. It seems always like even the cheaper cars, they want to advertise their cars as respectable, status improving or whatever. I guess let's get the second one. Why not, I remember when these cars came out, when all the truck cars started coming out. I think it was early 2000s when they began to get popular. Like before that, there were like Caterhams and stuff like that, but they weren't even like. Nowadays, Caterhams are advertised as truck cars, but back in the days they were just like they were the same way as Morgans. Here you have an old-timey car that is good and fun, but when the truck cars started coming out in the early 2000s, I feel like that's where was sort of renaissance for truck cars. Uh, I feel like they were like sort of self-advertising, like they advertised themselves by existing. Because sorry about that. Yeah, I feel that let's leave it at that. I think was there a time for some of it? No, it was not that fun. Yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave our purchasing. That we're almost an hour of purchasing anyway. So yeah. Let me just finish my thought about truck cars. Truck cars started coming out, I feel like, in force in early 2000s, sort of. And there were Westfields and Caterhams and KTMs came out whenever. And, there were some other cars whose name I don't quite remember now, but like before they started coming out, nobody really thought about truck days. But there must have been this sort of shadow scene of people who were just taking regular cars to truck days, and it had to be popular enough for people from like KTM and Westfield to notice that there is actually a demand for cars like that, and that demand is big. Basically when all these truck cars started coming out and they were Top Gear obviously got extremely popular, and they featured a lot of truck cars on Top Gear, and lost my train of thought. Yeah, truck cars and yeah, it's sort of like there was a niche but big enough scene for truck cars, for manufacturers to know that it makes sense to invest into truck cars. But when like they all started being featured on big car shows like Top Gear and stuff, they really must have multiplied the truck day money up to a next level, because when they started coming out, especially on Top Gear, and that, I think that was when I saw them before, like online, on people discussing them on car forums and stuff like that. But when they came out on Top Gear and they started beating, because on the forums, people talk about them. Some people compete in like radical whatever races or something like that. When they talk about their cars and they say like it reminds me of an old Skyline Fed, like you kids wouldn't know this problem, but when YouTube just came out, people started uploading videos of their cool cars. People started uploading like videos of truck racing, their Ferraris and stuff like that. It was new and fresh and stuff like that. And the comments in every video would inevitably be, this car is cool, but a Skyline would destroy it. And Skyline is a great car, right? But it's not the greatest. So yeah, it's a good car, and it probably would outrun a lot of cars that are much more expensive than it was. Nowadays the cars that succeeded, the Skyline, the GTR, and it's ridiculously expensive compared to the old Skyline lineup. And Yeah, but basically, people, like 90% of people who are commenting about how Skyline will mess everyone up are just talking about, Skyline is cool. Skyline is on a down low. If you know about Skyline, you're not a hipster. You're special or whatever. And I feel like I felt like the same was about truck cars, but yeah, well, when it came out on Top Gear, it was just mind blowing. It like was beating sports cars by a large margin. They couldn't put them on board because they're not road legal. But yeah, those truck cars, they just blew everyone's mind, and I feel like the investments for the truck car manufacturers must have paid off tenfold. I mean, think about it. Like they started making this, started making those cars before all the craze, before all the truck car day craze started. So, if they consider that it will be profitable before, then must have been really good days for them after that. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and that's it. I will be back with actual racing and not just buying cars. And I feel like I won't be buying any more cars for a while, at least. Probably not the cheap ones, because I have so many cars that I just gotta race them now. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye bye.